Dear God, I wonder can you save me? I'm trapped in this cold world, I'm going crazy. They got me trapped in the belly of the beach. We struggle just to hustle and we hustle just to eat. I want to wake, I've been sleeping for too long. Possessed by the dollar, temptation was too strong. Wretched, pitiful, poor, blind, and naked. The life of a hustler, hand in hand with Satan. Yeah, I got success with Illuminati, plus ambitions to get it like John Gotti. Whose ending was better, his or Scarface? I guess Bob said it best, we live in a rat race. I'm chasing a fast buck, yeah, I'm stuck walking line to line. I'm watching my life unfold, but I'm running out of time. In the beginning, I thought we all was friends, but the one smiling in my face was preparing for the end. I guess they feel the rule of an absolute tyrant. My ambitions was good, I was trying to avoid violence. But I look at my life in the mirror, I'm trying to turn around, but my vision's getting clearer. Yeah, I often drift when I drive, thinking that the feds is right behind my ride. Then I think about my son, leave the game alone, I'm done, cause I wanna live life on the run. Yeah, I'm second to none, but I gotta maintain. It's too much stress on the brain. Walking hand in hand with Satan, I can't be patient, so I left the game alone. I don't think I would've made it.
They say I'm just another stereotypical woman putting another man on blast, so a crowd can laugh or gasp at the mishaps that turn love into crap. They say I'm too emotional on the page and I might as well be crying my eyes out on stage. Well, I say to those who say that's just your opinion, but you don't know me for shit and you won't there for those spits that I rant about when I spit, because when I spit, your feelings might need a tourniquet and you might need a scarf to wrap your mind around this, but I'm not a doctor for leaving my heart embedded on this microphone, and if you felt some sort of way thinking it's a battle between the X and Y chromosomes, then you might gotta call Tyrone and tell him, come on, because if you thought this piece was about you, then it probably is. My soul is all I have. Critics love to spend their 2 cents on the way how I deliver these run-on sentences, and fake friends tend to send subliminal messages on social networking platforms all over the interwebs. You know what I tell them. I tell them, I am a wordsmith, melting the metals of syllables to mold miracles in the form of poetry, inventing different methods of venting with my rhythmic, systematic way of thinking. I catch myself sinking into the paper, trapped between the college rule guidelines my mind doesn't seem to follow, scribing my heartbeats into existence, making the page speak with persistence, a facilitator of words, sharpening my weapon skills with circumstance and influence as my steel, only seeking perfection for my craft. Doing what you love don't mean a damn thing unless you're really into it, and I'm really, really into this. Knee-deep in a quicksand of iambic pentameter, submerging myself in the parameters of spoken word poetry, marching to my own cadence, dancing through sentences, spewing lava phrases, igniting flames to construct a couple of stanzas. What I'm really trying to say is, I'm not your usual, but you're usually used to. I strive to be unordinary at all costs, different from the norm, someone that is still accepted regardless of all flaws. I want to be known like the saxophone solos and Sade's love songs. Is it a crime that I want to be heard like 4-part harmonizing barbershop quartets, heard loud and clear like Kendrick's verse, uncontrollable when Aretha demanded respect? I want to be respected, maybe more like recognized, because if you have ever lived a life of rejection, the prize that you receive at the end of the tunnel is so sweet to accept. And even on the bad days when I can't create and I throw my words on the ground as trash, I come back, I push them all together so that everything gets swept, ain't no words left behind. I just want to keep investing these pieces into my notebook's bank account, let them collect interest and save them for the rainy days of my life's ins and outs with just a few lines, with just a few rhymes. So let this give your life some excitement. If you've been living off balance, then let this be your alignment. Let this brighten your dark days with light and rays. Even the sun shines after the rain, you just gotta invite it. We tend to forget how to breathe through pain and blow out any flames that get ignited, reaching for something outside of our everydays, but it skips our minds how to keep life live. And we gotta remember to shoot for the stars, even when our galaxies are all empty, but we don't think too far, we just stay inside a box, too afraid to experience life, too afraid to improvise and be spontaneous enough to not care whose line is it anyway, because whose life is it anyway? That's right. It's yours. That's right. The world is ours, and we've been placed here to make something from it, to craft our paths and lay our legacies down like brick masons using detergent determination is mortar, and inspiration is cinder blocks, building an infrastructure from a blueprint we designed for our lives to be perfect or damn near close to it, because each life has a purpose. But actions don't mean shit if you treat in life like it's worthless. Just like a sentence don't mean shit if it ends up being verbless, no motion behind those words. Talk is cheap, you gotta work hard to play hard. There is no such thing as getting recess before class. You can't toast it up and sip from that champagne glass if you ain't done shit to sit on your lazy ass. These celebrations don't come before you finish the task. In this life, there are no handouts given, but in this life, you better know what to do when it's grind time. So even when it's high tide, we ride like chariots because our hearts stay driven. Even when it's crunch time, we move like warriors with a chest full of ribbons. We keep it liver than any Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram newsfeed written from Sweetbriar to Greenbriar, from Madagascar to Great Britain. To anybody across this globe and in this room tonight, before you leave this life, just make sure you made it worth living. Please.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Steph Love. You can find me at spokenwordbysteph.com. That's Steph spelled S-T-E-P-H. And we are at Arts Out Loud. Bam.
To Amy Jade, to this day, I still get goosebumps when I hear the piano play the intro for Take the Box. It was like we wrote that song together. You sung the scenarios I have been through, very similar to yours. However, I didn't get a machine overall for Christmas. Well, mainly because I'm Jewish and so are you, but I had placed gifts received from lovers past in a box to bind emotions, to rid any eternal notion I ever had, in which led to these silly, undeserving boys to sleep in my bed. You hit the nail on the head with your words. Raw, uncut, and convicting, staying true to yourself, speaking loudly on your experiences, never hiding how you really felt. Lyrics and musical runs so convincing. I think it's safe to say that you, ma'am, you sent me flying. Soaring across a couple of continents to know more about this London-based songstress with a voice so powerful, it could make kings drop to their knees to worship those jazzy tones belting from that small body. You, I'm sure, were the life of the party. I wish I knew you then so I could say I know you now. So we could people watch and talk about these broads and bar crowds wearing their fuck me pumps looking for a rich man 6'2" or taller. So we could gossip and squawk, so we can sit in a studio and push pens, so we can relate on the topic of what is it about men? So I can protect you from the pressures that come along with being in the spotlight. I heard love is blind, and maybe you didn't get to see it yet with those distractions, but sometimes when you pick up a habit, it's easy to stop, right? Well, I always prayed that Cherry would keep your spine upright. I always prayed you would never wake up alone in a hotel room surrounded by substances that made your heart numb. The bottled up bad influences that were conveniently at your fingertips, the rumors that invaded headlines that came along with it, they were all out for your blood. There is no greater love than the one that I have for you, Amy Jade. Even when you said no to rehab, I still hoped for your detox, that your frame would return back to normal. But to watch you go back to black through a portal of depression felt like a nightmare. We lost you too soon, and I know this life isn't fair. In a place where love is a losing game, you fought some unholy war for a long time. With reporters, your husband, and your inner demons, which affected your inner peace, and your energy was robbed of its innocence, but you were stronger than this. Stronger than many. Definitely stronger than me. Your tears dried on their own, your brand left on each note, climbing the bass in treble clef staffs, but those taunting laughs that brought you down, I'm sure were too much. In fact, I wonder if that's when you became addicted, with everyone watching you fall to a place where you couldn't fix it. But Amy Jade, I remain to be your cheerleader. In your music, I was still a believer. I saw the girl from Ipanema ask the world, will you still love me tomorrow, and get rejected when they couldn't understand your sorrows. At halftime, only he can hold her for so long. And God heard your struggles when there were no available shoulders to cry on. He sang a song for you when no one else would, but even when your voice felt too weak, you were still the lioness, and your hidden treasures will still hold value, never depreciating. You are timeless, a classic beauty, an irreplaceable sound that can heal cancer cells in stage 4 withered bodies. Questlove, Tony Bennett, and Nasir Jones all spoke highly of you, and not that you needed validation, but you are amongst legends both then and now. And when you enter that 27 club, which holds names such as Basquiat, Morrison, Hendrix, Cobain, and Joplin, I just never thought I'd see Winehouse on that list. And with all those icons and then some, I wonder what kind of gathering is happening up in heaven right now. I wish I could plug my headphones up to the sky for a listen from the clouds, and I wish I could take back every single time your name was published in a tabloid bashing your existence, and I wish I could erase every single time a blog posted a YouTube performance that displayed your bad days. It's easy to drink cherry wine with the excuse of you know I'm no good, but I didn't believe that at all. These predators preyed on your downfall, but I prayed for you to stand tall. In my mind, we weren't just friends, but we were best friends, right? And with that title, I wish I could have helped you help yourself. And above all else, we are human. And to my knowledge, you don't abandon someone who is sick. So, Amy Jade, I say all of this to say, the day it was announced that you had passed away, that was the day I heard peace come over your soul. There was a number you sang for Valerie, an album you wrote for Frank. This poem is for you, Amy Jade. Rest in peace.
Thank you.